Mainly, we're talking about 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I've actually bumped up the flooding risk a little bit, given the fact that we're looking at 1 to 3 inches of rain. On the same point, you can look, say, okay, well, do we have any debris at that exact spot? And thankfully, at this point, at least in this radar scan, we do not. I mean, they're real close, almost right on top of each other through Thursday. So here we are on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Through the next 48 hours, we're all in pretty decent agreement between all the models, feeling pretty good about where it's going to go. And the tough thing is they may not get a game in tomorrow, given the chance for rain. Let's take a look at the forecast over there on Weather 2 for the guys back in the production booth. Look at this forecast for tomorrow. A pretty good shot for some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Rain is the name of the game tonight. As all the storms crash into the Gulf of Mexico, we're just left with this kind of stratiform stuff back in behind it.
We have a busy Friday night.
Yeah, I was looking at the rundown for this show. I was going, we got stacks of paper
we're
here.
We're using a lot of paper in the office.
There's a lot of trees that paid their life to bring good football to folks at home.
It is the Pine Belt. So
we got plenty of trees. And good evening, folks. Again, I'm going to have to kind of break into things here because we do have a new tornado warning in effect for parts of Pearl River County. On the leading edge of this, they're concerned about little areas of rotation, mainly on the north side of this, so mainly for you folks in Leeville and Petal, but we can't rule out a little further off to the south at Palmer's Crossing. But the last handful of minutes, I would say you folks in Petal probably have the most to worry about within this whole setup right now there. So this is your warm inflow that's actually coming into the lowering, and there's your lowering right in there. It's actually right behind this pole. That is the area that we're concerned about as you look off to the northwest. Thomas in there. And you can see back in behind me here the arrow pointing out where that is. It looks like Ryan is somewhere kind of in this ballpark, and there's your couplet. The direction this is moving is off to the north and east and headed toward downtown Hattiesburg. It's also headed toward the campus of USM. And you can see the area of deep in rotation here, just off to the north of New Augusta. Storm chasers, again, just like Patrick reported, suggesting that a large funnel cloud, but they could not confirm if there was a tornado on the ground, crossed over 98 just off to the east of New Augusta. Because with the atmosphere set up the way that it is, with as much torque and spin as we have out there, we could actually be set up for some rough weather later this evening. That's because we're starting to get a better handle on the data. We're also able to make some changes to the forecast from about 24 hours ago. The timeline has shifted a little bit, now 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night. So this is what Futurecast is saying, and I do have some good news tonight at 10. I do. If you watched earlier today, you probably saw the line moving through a little bit later in the day, and I said, well, if it comes through earlier, it may be a little bit weaker. Well, and this is why I wanted to highlight this. The last couple of days, it's been showing it kind of curving off to the north, curving off to the north, no longer curving off to the north. I mean, it just kind of falls apart into nothing. And we've been real lucky all winter and into early spring long, where a lot of these systems, as they glide our direction, just kind of go and kind of fall apart as they do so.
Promised and guaranteed by our weather guy. We had sunshine
So says
today.
Lilja.
He actually said guaranteed that the other night on the air.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, Thursday,
Well, you're a little nervous about saying the word guaranteed.
No, not at all.
No?
And you're looking off into the distance, and you see yourselves a couple flashes, and you're going, ha-ha, I got me some heat lightning. Except heat lightning isn't a real thing. That line of cloud cover is the tops of the clouds that were associated with the thunderstorm that produced the tornado that Carrie was talking about just a couple of seconds ago. Check this out. We'll run this thing back here in a second. This is just all the severe thunderstorm and severe weather reports, power outages. Here's the tornado. It's going to pop up right on your screen, boop, right there. Okay, there's the line of storms. We can just follow this. You can see all the damage reports back in behind it. We're still following. It's the same thing. And there's the tops of the clouds, blew right over the top of us. How cool is that? Even 6 days. Over on the radar, Southern Pine Electric radar, I know you see the green on here, and you think to yourself, well, hey, maybe we do have a little bit of rain out there, but actually that's just prescribed burns across the area. Because I think this highlights the chance for rain probably the best. You see this little dip right here? It's a big ridge of high pressure. We always talk about, oh, there's a ridge of high pressure. The reason we say that, literally on the map, it looks like a ridge of higher pressure. But there's a little crinkle in here, right there. There's your little crinkle. Which is why tomorrow we've got a 10% chance for rain. On Thursday, you see there's a little crinkle in there too. We'll hold on to about a 20% chance for rain. Top of the desk. But nevertheless, I think it paints a decent picture as to why I know a lot of you folks, when we have two different tropical systems out here in the Atlantic that we're dealing with, you'll say, oh, well, what if one runs into the other one? Then do we get like some super hurricane? No, it's kind of no different than this. They run into each other, they kind of probably tear each other apart. You know, you end up with one, we can call this one tropical storm, you end up with another one, and if they get too close, well, yeah. Check this out. Look how high up in the atmosphere this thing got. That's space. That's so cool. Still hanging out here in downtown Columbia. We're hanging out at the corner of 2nd and Main. Really easy to figure out where I am. Street sign's right behind where the camera is. Yeah, folks, welcome back. Starting things off with a look at the radar tonight. Southern Pine Electric radar showing some light rain showing up across some of our western counties. There's more showers and thunderstorms down off to the south. A lot of these are falling apart. We're losing the daytime heat. And so now we're having to rely on different things to keep these thunderstorms going. And we just don't have a lot of that for this evening. Kind of zooming it back out. You can see a lot of these things are sliding, basically riding the same road as the storms from earlier, southwest to kind of north-northeast, right along 59. If you do see some rain from this, you may even catch a rumble of thunder out of it. Not much to speak of for tonight. All the showers and thunderstorms that moved into the Gulf of Mexico earlier today, I was noting this at 5 and 6. Oh, I love seeing thunderstorms out in the Gulf just evaporate like that. Now, we still have the thunderstorms on the east side of Florida to worry about if you want more information about what's happening in the tropics. So download the WDAM First Alert Weather app. Tropical update, just swipe down to kind of toward the middle. It's in there for you. Back around here, a chance for showers and thunderstorms as we head through the day tomorrow. And again, I think we get 2 rounds, a couple of storms in the morning as you get up and out to work in the morning. So make sure you check in with Patrick, or at the very least, again, check the app, check the radar. And then into the afternoon showers and thunderstorms like we always get here in the summer. About 89 degrees for an afternoon high. I think it's a bit drier on Wednesday with only about a 30% go of it in terms of rainfall before we get another little shot for rain in here. On Thursday, I've got a 40% chance right now. We may have to bump that up a little bit by the time we get there. But for the most part, we're talking about just another little piece of energy sliding through and just enough to open the door in the atmosphere for some rain. I think we start to dry things out on Friday with only a 20% chance. I think actually as we head through the weekend, only about a 10% shot. You can't quite rule it out because it's summertime in South Mississippi. Chance for rain, but the temperatures will be warmer, back into the low to mid-90s on Saturday and Sunday, depending on where you're at. And with how much humidity we'll have, it's going to feel like 105, maybe even as high as 110 for some folks. So if you're going to be outside, or if the kids have stuff going on this weekend, just make sure they're drinking plenty of water. In the meantime, though, scattered showers and storms for tomorrow, about a 60% go of it. Again, severe threat looks pretty low. And now that we're into summer, I know that there was a confirmed tornado north of here today up in Hinds County. But the severe threat for us is going to be quite low. We get another round on Thursday. Again, severe threat, pretty low. It's not zero, but low. And then we're drier as we head toward the weekend with only, a 10 to 20% chance for rain. Into the morning we go. Finally, Futurecast agreeing with me. A shower here, a rumble of thunder there. I think we have a few thunderstorms in the morning. Just make sure, again, you check the radar before you walk outside. I don't want somebody getting doused with rain without looking. About 70 degrees in the morning. Into the afternoon, widely scattered showers and storms will top things out right about 90 degrees, just shy of it. 89 in Hattiesburg and Laurel, 90 for you folks in Leakesville. And taking a look at the next 7 days, your chances for rain really come to an end, I think, by Thursday. Once that little system rolls through, a little piece of energy rolls through to our north on Thursday, I think we really kind of ease off on the spigot. 10 to 20% Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, though we do pay for that with an increase in the temperature with afternoon highs in the low to mid 90s.